I am Mark Stewart in Concord, New Hampshire, and I was at the rally last night for Israel Solidarity. Okay, the only Jewish candidate in the race right now. Yes, I felt compelled to attend. And two people asked me, what's your opinion of what our president should be doing? And I refrained, and I still will. And I will do that on every aspect of foreign policy. Not that I'm not knowledgeable. I'm not as knowledgeable as two candidates who aren't in New Hampshire right now, and even they shouldn't be speaking. All right, Donald Trump is the only Republican who has some knowledge of United States capabilities, United States allies' capabilities, threats to our allies, forces by the enemies right now, and who are the enemies that are lurking. And he shouldn't say anything, because speaking endangers lives, or you'd have to lie. Okay? You don't want to do either. Joe Biden is one closer to knowing our capabilities, and he absolutely shouldn't be speaking about capabilities. He's already on record too far to protect people's safety. Whose safety included? How about our armed forces? The servicemen and women in the Gulf who might not want a president's pronouncement to be heard. Okay? We go out of our way to keep secrecy. When it's compromised, it endangers people. Now, there are two other reasons why a candidate should not speak about foreign policy. Number one is American voters, they generally don't care. We elect people routinely based on domestic issues. Okay? The occasional broad-based 1940 election might have had something to do with what was going on in Europe at war at the time. And Wilkie and FDR didn't say anything very substantial anyway. The final reason is that presidents, once elected, have routinely disappointed. Okay? Who would have thought President Jimmy Carter, peace-loving Jimmy Carter, would be the one to carry out Presidential Directive 59, which targeted civilians in Russia as opposed to military installations, USSR back then. Who would have thought rigid, anti-communist Richard Nixon would have been the one to open more doors to that Soviet Union, as well as communist China? We get surprised routinely. So Americans have plenty more to hear from about policies that ultimately make the United States strong abroad, able to work abroad with peace. But it starts with being domestically with our house together. Thanks very much for listening here. I am Mark Stewart Greenstein. I'm grateful.